it's Kenzie. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Don't mind my hair. I'm actually in the middle of doing my hair right now. So anyway, today we're going to be discussing some conspiracy theories that give me the heebie-jeebies. Conspiracy theories that give me the ick. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the reason that we are discussing these to begin with is because I do believe that there is some truth to them. And that's why they keep me up at night. That's why they give me the ick. That's why they make me feel sick. The first one we're going to be discussing is the Illuminati, which we've all known about since childhood. But if you're not familiar with what the Illuminati is, it's supposed to be this huge organization that consists of the wealthiest, most famous, most important people in the world. And the reason that they have all of their wealth and fame and success to begin with is because they have sold their souls to the devil. The devil is as real as it gets. God is real. The devil is real. And the devil rules this world. Like, this is the devil's world. God created this world, but Satan runs this world. That's why there are so many verses in the Bible that... I'm going to remove this mirror. There's so many scriptures in the Bible that warn us against worshiping money, because we live in a materialistic world. We live in a world where we unfortunately do need money to survive, whether you love money or not. But yeah, we live in this world where we need money to survive, and we thrive on pride and the idea of becoming important and becoming an influential figure in this world. So some people decide to do whatever it's going to take to become successful, and they willingly sacrifice their souls to the devil. Now, I don't think that you can sell your soul to the devil forever, but I do believe that there's some kind of ritual that these people partake in, because hello, witchcraft is real. I'm African. I know all about witchcraft. So I do believe that there are people who take part in witchcraft and make sure that they become successful. So that's basically what it means to sell your soul. Obviously, I don't know the details of this kind of ritual, but I know that they do make sacrifices. They talk about people making blood sacrifices, which in Satanism is a real religion, by the way. There are people who actually practice Satanism the same way that they would practice Christianity. So there are people in the world who are actually Satanists because they practice Satanism the same way you would practice any other religion. They actually have a right to practice the religion because, you know, it's their human right to practice whatever religion they believe in. And so these people they identify as Satanists. It's devil worshipping, but anyway, they worship Lucifer, who is known as Satan. He is a fallen angel. He used to be an angel. He used to be an angel of God in heaven, and then he was kicked out of heaven. He took down a few other angels with him, angels who were on his side, and they fell with him. And these angels are known now, these other fallen angels are known as demons, and then Lucifer is known as Satan. So Lucifer runs this world because he's all about money and power and all sorts of things. The people who everyone believes is are a part of the Illuminati. The most influential figures of the world, the most famous people are said to be to belong to this organization. And some celebrities have actually come up and spoken up against, oh my gosh, ugh, just that. So, oh my gosh, so some celebrities have actually come up and spoken up against Illuminati. A lot of well-known people have come up and spoken against it, and every time they speak up against it, they get shut down, because obviously it's a powerful organization with the wealthiest, most influential people in the world. So they have the power to do anything in this world, so of course they can get shut down. Or even I've heard about cases where people speak up against it. But the thing is, they are proudly a part of this organization, and they give us little hints throughout their music, or there's different symbols and signs that people use to show us that they are a part of this organization. Because they are proud of it, it's made them successful, it's made them wealthy, it's made all of their dreams come true. It makes people worship them. There are people who get worshipped by other people. This is what they want. They want power, they want status, they want all the things that are important in this world. That is what people want, and that's why they join the organization in the first place. That's why they sell their souls to begin with. So that is the first conspiracy. Like, that's as far as it goes. It's very simple. It's very simple. It's very straightforward. The next theory we have is a theory of the multiverse. I know this one is a little bit far-fetched, but scientists have this theory that there are other universes out there that are the exact copy of this universe, same as this world, but it is multiplied. So there are other copies of this exact world that we live in, and because it's the exact copy, there is another version of you. So there's this version of you living on this earth in this universe, and then in the next earth, in the next universe, there's also another version of you living there, and the only difference is that they are slightly different realities. So because we have so many choices that we could make, like when you wake up in the morning and you have a huge decision to make, you know, who are you going to be, what are you going to study, what job are you going to do, what career are you going to start, what relationship are you going to be in. There's so many different possibilities, and there's so many different outcomes to the reality that you live in. There's so many different choices that you make. And so there's no telling which choice you make. And so in the other universes, yes, it's you, but it's the you that has made different choices. So a theory that those different worlds have at some point merged, but I'm going to discuss that now. I just want to talk about the other versions of you that could possibly be out there. I know it's like, oh my word, that is so crazy. This one is a little bit out there, I will admit that. But I still feel like there is some truth to it. I feel like there is some kind of reality, whether it be subconsciously or in the real world. Talking about the subconscious, when we go to bed, we enter a part of our minds that we don't in waking life, and so we dream all of these different realities, right? I feel like that's a mirror of a reality that you're already living in another world. And that's what I also think about the sense of deja vu that you get. Why would you get that? You're thinking that you've seen or relived this exact moment that you're living now. You've relived it before. Or relived this exact moment that you're living now. You've relived it before. Maybe it's happened in another reality. Honestly, it makes sense. It makes sense to me. So in another reality, there's a you who has a slightly different life because you've made different choices. Maybe you've made worse choices. Maybe you've made better choices. Maybe, you know, there's a you who has the things that, you know, when you have sense of regret. You have that huge regret where you're like, man, I wish I did this. Man, I wish I made this decision. I wonder what my life would have turned out to be if I made those different choices. There is another you that made those choices that you regret, the choices that you wish that you made. Anyway, and so people think that we shifted into a different reality at some point. Oh my gosh.
There was a piece of hair in my eye.
Sorry. So people believe that people believe in this theory that is slightly a part of the multiverse theory. It's called the Mandela effect. So it's named after Nelson Mandela, who we all know served 27 years in prison and then became free and was able to become president of South Africa and lived for many more years until he was in his 90s, and then he passed away and left this world. But there are a huge group of people in America. I know Americans are a little bit
ignorant,
and there's a lot of obvious facts that they don't know about other countries. The education system in America, like, kids don't get taught specific things about the world anyway. But there's a huge group of people who swear on their lives that they watched the news and saw that Nelson Mandela had passed away while he was in prison. That is such a crazy concept, because obviously as South Africans, well, the whole world knows that that wasn't the case, but there are people who swear that they remember the whole country of South Africa mourning his death because he had died in prison. Those are two different separate realities. So the theory of the comes in there because they think that actually there's people who lived in a world where he did die in prison, which would have completely been so different from the reality we know to be true. Anyway, they named it the Mandela effect because of this, and they realized that there were other occurrences where people remember things differently. Like, they swear things were completely different from how they were. Like, people have completely different memories from other people, thinking that at some point the two different realities merged and became one, and then it just became like one specific reality, but people just had different memories. Makes sense? Anyway, let's move on to the next theory, which is a theory of time travel. I'm insane, but I'm sorry. I love science fiction, and I think that science, I see, is a way that people really understood God's creation. People understand what was created and what exists right now because of science. And so I really believe some of the scientific theories that exist, and I do believe that time travel exists. Excuse me. Not in the way that we understand it. Like, I just think, actually, there's a scripture in the Bible that talks about this, like the occurrence of events. Like, you know, there's a saying that says if you don't learn about history, it repeats itself. But I think that it's repeating itself because it's literally just happening over and over again. The earth has existed for a very long time. It's existed for years and years and years and years, and I believe that we are just living the life over and over and over again. There's a scripture that says this in the Bible, that we think there's something new, but it's just the same thing happening and happening again. So I recently watched this show, Dark. I watch a lot of time travel movies and TV shows, but this one is my favorite. It explains, it's a German show, it's on Netflix. It explains time travel in a way that you would literally believe that time travel exists. It explains it in such a logical way, and I just think that it's possible to travel through time in a sense, because the world happens a specific way and then it comes to an end, and no one ever remembers that, and it just keeps happening over and over again, like it's intertwined and connected. And some people believe in reincarnation, but I never really, that ideology never really sat right with me, because, well, as a Christian, I do believe that the soul goes on and lives in the afterlife. And so I didn't know what to do with that, because I was like, well, how can reincarnation happen if our soul moves on to the afterlife? Because I strongly believe in the afterlife. Like, I believe in ghosts, I believe in heaven and hell, I believe in that. And so it was kind of weird. I was like, where do I put the reincarnation with that? So I think that with the theory of time travel, your soul, when it lives again, it's basically, it's just you living again. So I think that's why it is time travel, because it's you, and it's a version of you that's just living Earth again. Because there are people like who have come up and spoken about really strange things that happened with their young children, saying that they've lived in this world before, that they've died in this world before, that they've had past lives.
Real talk, usually when this happens, it's normally just demonic possessions, demons, or spirits communicating with children, because children see spirits. And yeah, just if the theory of time travel were to be true, I would explain it using reincarnation.
With reincarnation, but I think that it makes sense with time travel as well. Anyway, those are just some fun conspiracy theories that I love, especially the first one. I don't think that's a conspiracy at all. I think that is true. I think that is a fact, but the world just doesn't want to wake up to some things. People are living in a sleep-like state. People are just, sleepwalking through life, and nobody really wants to know anything. Like, you're just living in a rut. You wake up, go to work, go to school, whatever it is that you do the things that you do every day, and you go to sleep, and you wake up and you repeat, wake up, repeat, and nobody really wants to think about things that deeply. But obviously there are things that are happening, huge, crazy things, and we just don't know about it. So anyway, those are my conspiracy theories for the day. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more videos like this, please do subscribe. And if you have anything to say, anything to add, comments down below. See you next time. Bye.